Up next, I'm going to show you I would call it a micro trend in perfumery right now, and that is the release or brand new release of fragrances that smell like skin and soap and clean, and those happen to be some of my favorite scent profiles. So I'm very excited. Going to show you two new releases that have just come out. They're in here at Osme, and I'm going to smell them real quick and give you kind of my first impressions. So stay tuned. It's coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose. And as I said, today I'm going to be talking about what I consider, I'll call it, I don't know if it's a full-on trend, but maybe a micro trend in perfumery right now. And that is the release of fragrances that smell like skin or soap. And it's unique because it's really not a soapy fragrance, but it's more of kind of a clean smell of skin. It's fresh, happens to be absolutely one of my favorite scent profiles. So when I smell these fragrances, I usually kind of gravitate towards them. I like them. Not all fragrances are equal, of course, but let me show you two new releases. And the first one is like hot off the presses. This just came out from Etat Libre de Orange. You can see it there. This is Ghost in the shell. Very cool bottle. It's kind of like a light pink. Reminds me of pastel colors, Miami Vice, so it's kind of a very cool concept. This is a 100 milliliter bottle you can smell, or see there, I'm sorry. The scent profile on this is this very kind of aldehydic white floral smell, but they also have what they call a milky skin accord. I mean, the minute I see something like that, I'm like, yes. So let me spray it right here on my hand. I'm going to give you my true first impression, because I've just been smelling it from the cap. This is the first time I've put it on my skin. Oh yeah, right? This is very, again, it's very clean, right out of the shower, you know, energetic. You got definitely get that kind of, not sweet floral, but more of a white floral, a dry floral. You got the aldehydes and that skin accord. It's just right there at the beginning. I did smell a scent strip earlier of this, and as the dry down goes along after about an hour, that skin accord was still very present. So anything that I've smelled from Etat Libre de Orange, and I've reviewed a lot of their fragrances, I think you can even check, I have a playlist with a bunch of them, is such a high quality fragrance, especially for the price. You can get a 30 ml bottle for, I don't know, 50 or 60 bucks. That's like buying a sample, but you get a 30 ml bottle. And the fragrances always on my skin are over 8 hours, so I am really excited to see this fragrance for the first time, and I'm going to be wearing this over the next few weeks so that I can do a full review, because I review basically everything that comes out. And I will say, one of their last releases about a year ago was Exit the King, which I love and I bought, and it's in my collection, and I call that one a soapy metallic rose fragrance. For those of you who liked it but thought it was, the rose made it a little bit too feminine, I think you're going to like this one better. It's more unisex. The other one was definitely unisex, but maybe to some people the rose made it more feminine. This is going to be clearly very much right down the line unisex fragrance, even with that white floral, which to me is more neutral. All right, so that is, again, Ghost in the Shell from Etat Libre de Orange, just released, just came in here to Osme. And second fragrance today I'm going to talk about is from Veronique Gabai. This is Le Point G, which means the G spot, as if I had to say. You know, I've talked about her a lot. I reviewed her fragrances. I love Veronique Gabai's concept. I love the bottles. I love the artistry. I love that she gets the best perfumers in the world to come produce for her, because she has one of the biggest reputations in the perfume industry over the last 20, 30 years. She's one of the giants of the industry. So she can pull in the talent like nobody else can. So when she puts stuff out, it's top notch. Now this one, again, you can kind of see the juice there. This one's very interesting again because she's going for this, you know, clearly the G spot, it's supposed to be very sensual, very sexual, meant to be smelled close to the body by a significant other, a lover, a person that you're, obviously being intimate with. It smells like beautiful skin. It's got a really beautiful iris note. Iris, interestingly, is not typically one of my favorite fragrance notes. But as everything in life, the more you open yourself up and evolve, your nose changes and evolves. And I've come to like iris much more. I love it in this fragrance. I've already worn this a couple times now. This is not the first time I'm smelling it on my skin. I'll give you a little just story about it. I first smelled this about a week ago here at Osme. And when I come here, I'm wearing a lot of different stuff because he always has something new. And I literally spray up and down my arm, but the backside, the tricep, the forearm, the back of the hand. I'm wearing sometimes 7 or 8 different fragrances. This one, last week, when I wore it and I put it on my skin, out of the other 7 or 8 that were on my skin, was the one that I kept coming back to. Maurice kept asking me, he's like, which one are you smelling? Because he was fascinated to see that I kept smelling this same spot on my arm, and it was the G-spot. Now, who doesn't love the G-spot, right? But again, what I love about this is this clearly skin smell and fragrance wrapped around iris, wrapped around rose, white musk, leather, and cedar. Cedar, for those of you watching my channel, know that's one of my top 2 or 3 fragrance notes. But I also love leather. And when you combine all those, this is just a great, interesting skin fragrance. And one that, of course, I also will be doing a full review on. And let me just show you. Let me spray it on my skin here. And, oh yeah. So this one, versus the difference between this and Ghost in the Shell is you get that iris right away. So if you love iris, you got to try this one. It is a real punch of iris at the top, and it's less, I would say, soapy. So the Ghost in the Shell is more of a soapy fragrance, and this is going to be, in my opinion, more of a skin smell fragrance. But they're both in that same genre. Again, let me hold the bottles up so you can see them there. And of course, just wonderful bottles, wonderful houses, wonderful fragrances, and I can't wait to try them and do a full review. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. You can like the video, you can ring the bell for notifications, and you can follow me on Instagram, same name, JoelTheNose, same name. I'll be back soon with another video. Peace and love.